Okay, rounding the last corner here, chapter 7, she talks about suitable fabrics for the different garments you're wearing, what you're making. It was kind of a short chapter. It was also kind of a throwaway chapter in that she addressed this topic earlier in the book. Basically, if it's you want to use firm fabrics for tailored garments, drapey fabrics for evening wear, color in fabric should kind of match. The fabric should match. So she wasn't a fan of color blocking, so she didn't like contrasting colors like orange and pink being together, which is, frankly, I love that color combination. So again, I say to each their own, right? Your fabric should kind of match the intent of the garment, which I'm not quite sure what was meant by that. It wasn't really clear from the chapter. I guess intent could be if you're going to a sporting event where you're playing tennis, then the fabric should probably match that in that it should be a cotton, something rough and tumble, something you can play in. And if it's evening wear, you probably want a higher end silk or a wool crepe, something that will drape and have elegance to it. That's kind of what I think she means by intent of the garment, but it's, again, not real clear from context. Let's see, what were some of the other bits here? She was fine with matching, with like combining different fabrics. So if you had a taffeta garment, you could do a taffeta and a satin, maybe create a bar effect that way, or lace. But she did, I don't know. It was just, it was a weird chapter. There was kind of go with harmony, give careful consideration to the design of the fabric. If it's got a pattern on it, is it going to look good on you? She advises that large figured materials, especially brocades, are hard to develop successfully. Okay. She says that basically if you are a very petite person, you should stick with petite flower designs, motifs. But if you're a larger lady, you could get away with the large pattern brocades. Again, I'm not entirely certain if I agree with that assessment, just looking at centuries and decades past when these styles would come in and out of fashion. People would, they would cut it to suit them, and it turned out just fine. So I think very much we're diving into the realm of the author's personal opinion here and less an overall fashion sense. And that's kind of backed up when, that chapter, at least in one point in this book, she points to Puritan fashion as the height of fashion. And I actually, my eyebrows popped up when I saw that. I'm like, really? Really? The Puritans were the height of fashion. And they had their own fashion sense, but that's generally not the decade that most people choose to reproduce when they're creating historical couture. They tend more to emulate the styles of Marie Antoinette over Salem, Massachusetts. But again, to each their own, and that seemed to be her opinion. So yeah, chapter 7 was just kind of a reiteration of earlier motifs as far as what fabrics to use. I'm not sure that it added anything to the book overall, but I think she wanted a nice round 10 chapters, and so she threw that in there as, I don't know, additional clarification maybe. Didn't make sense to me, but it might to you if you wanted to find the book yourself and read it yourself. And that's it for my breakdown of chapter 7, such as it is.